Have you ever felt like people only remember you when they need something? Have you ever sacrificed your own plans, your rest, your sleep, or your peace just to help someone who disappears the moment they're done with you? If this feels familiar, then this story will speak to your heart. Because sometimes life teaches us the most valuable lessons through the people we care about most. In a quiet town surrounded by rolling green fields and charming old houses, there lived a man named Marcus. Everyone knew Marcus well. When someone's car wouldn't start, they called for Marcus. When someone needed help moving furniture, they knocked on Marcus's door. When a neighbor felt lonely and needed company, they headed straight to Marcus's house. He never refused anyone. He always smiled warmly and said, "Of course, I'm here to help." He genuinely believed that helping others made him a better person, and people constantly praised him for his generous heart. But gradually, without Marcus even noticing, his life stopped being his own. His backyard remained overgrown with weeds. His kitchen faucet dripped constantly. His car desperately needed an oil change. His own problems kept piling up like unopened mail, but instead of addressing them, he was always out in the town solving everyone else's issues. Every evening he returned home exhausted and drained. His father would look at him with concerned eyes and say, "Marcus, son, you help everyone in this town, but why doesn't anyone ever help you?" Marcus always responded with the same gentle smile and replied, "It's okay, Dad. One day people will remember everything I've done for them." But that day never arrived. One evening, dark clouds gathered and fierce winds began sweeping through the town. Everyone rushed to secure their gardens and possessions before the storm arrived. Marcus also ran outside, but not to protect his own belongings. He rushed straight to his friend Nathan's house, whose tools and outdoor equipment were still scattered across the yard. They worked frantically, covering everything with tarps and moving items into the garage. Meanwhile, Marcus's own patio furniture sat exposed, his potted plants remained unprotected, and his storage containers were left wide open. Then the storm unleashed its fury. Rain hammered down relentlessly. Wind tore through the streets. By the time Marcus finally made it home, nearly everything in his yard was destroyed. He collapsed on his front steps, rain streaming down his face, staring at the muddy disaster that used to be his carefully tended garden. His father draped a warm blanket over his shoulders and said quietly, "Marcus, today you saved everyone's property except your own." Marcus sat in silence, but something inside him finally shattered. The next morning, weary and searching for answers, he walked to the outskirts of town to visit old Mr. Thompson, a wise retired counselor who lived in a cozy cottage by the lake. Marcus sat beside him and confessed, "Sir, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I help everyone, yet I feel completely empty inside. I'm exhausted, not from the work itself, but from constantly giving to people who take without thinking. Why does it feel like my kindness is destroying me?" Mr. Thompson gazed at the calm lake and asked, "Marcus, look at this lake. It provides water for wildlife, for plants, for the entire ecosystem. But when the rains come too heavily and the lake overflows its banks, what happens?" Marcus considered this and answered, "It floods. It damages everything around it." Mr. Thompson nodded. "Exactly. Kindness without boundaries becomes self-destruction. You are genuinely kind, Marcus, but you have no limits. You rush to help everyone else while neglecting yourself completely. You believe saying no is wrong, but sometimes saying no is the most authentic act of self-respect." Marcus absorbed every word as Mr. Thompson continued, "For the next 7 days, don't automatically say yes to every request. When someone asks for help, pause and honestly ask yourself, will helping them harm me? Will I sacrifice time, peace, or energy that I desperately need for my own well-being? If the answer is yes, then simply say, not today. Try this experiment, Marcus. You'll be amazed at what you discover. The following morning felt remarkably different. Around midday, Nathan appeared at Marcus's door saying, "Marcus, I need you to help me install some shelves right now." Marcus glanced at his own leaking roof that had needed repair for months. His instinct screamed to say yes, but he remembered Mr. Thompson's wisdom. He took a deep breath and responded, "Nathan, I'm sorry, but today I need to fix my own roof. I can help you another time, but not today." Nathan stared at him in disbelief. "You're actually saying no? You never say no to anyone." Marcus nodded calmly. Nathan left looking frustrated, and Marcus felt a wave of guilt, but he remained committed to his decision. Within hours, the roof that had been leaking for months was finally repaired. For the first time in years, Marcus felt genuine pride in taking care of his own needs. Over the following days, several neighbors approached him with small requests, but Marcus politely declined and explained he was focused on his own responsibilities. That evening, instead of feeling drained and resentful, he felt light and peaceful. A profound calm filled his spirit. On the fourth day, another storm rolled in, and Marcus's basement began flooding. He looked outside, expecting someone to check on him like he always checked on them, but nobody came. Not a single person knocked on his door. Rather than feeling angry, he discovered something powerful within himself: self-reliance. He grabbed his tools and handled the problem alone. It required effort and patience, but when he finished, he sat in his dry basement and whispered, "So this is what independence feels like." Days transformed into weeks, and Marcus evolved into a different person entirely. He stopped running to everyone's rescue. He stopped sacrificing his well-being for people who never reciprocated. He started waking early to tend his garden. He cleaned his home. He invested energy in himself, and something remarkable happened. People began respecting him more deeply. Nathan started solving his own problems instead of depending on Marcus. Neighbors stopped calling for every minor inconvenience. The town remained friendly, but people no longer treated Marcus like a tool they could use whenever convenient. Marcus's home looked beautiful. His garden flourished. His face glowed with vitality. And for the first time in years, he laughed without feeling exhausted behind the smile. He was no longer the man who was constantly available to everyone. He had become the man who honored his own worth. One peaceful afternoon, Mr. Thompson visited Marcus. He observed the thriving plants, the organized yard, and the genuine contentment radiating from Marcus's face. He asked gently, "So Marcus, did everything collapse when you stopped saying yes to everyone?" Marcus smiled broadly and replied, "No, sir. Actually, my life finally started making sense." Mr. Thompson nodded with understanding and said, "When you stop saying yes to everyone else, you finally say yes to yourself. And that's when real transformation begins. So ask yourself, are you like Marcus? Do you give until it hurts? Do you say yes even when every part of you wants to say no? Remember this truth: saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you strong. It means you're choosing peace over pressure, self-respect over people-pleasing. Your time, your energy, and your heart are precious resources. Protect them fiercely, because the world will only respect you when you start respecting yourself first.